What's up guys, welcome back to another video. This one's a little bit different. This video is actually from when I was in Austin, Texas for Brand Builder Summit, Ryan Moran's event, and we were staying at the Jungle House. Definitely check out those older videos if you haven't seen them. But my friend Samer Brax, he was shooting some videos, and this clip came from, it hasn't been aired before, but this was something else that he filmed that we're just now posting. So he'll post it with some other people answering these questions as well. And this video on my channel is my portion. And I think it's really interesting because I got into some stuff pretty candidly, stuff that I haven't really talked about before on the channel. So I think you'll like it. Real quick before we roll that is a comment winner. So at the end of this video, I'll be announcing who won the giveaway for a free call with me. And again, on this video, if you want to enter to win 20 minutes with me, my time, use it for consultation, have a chat with me, whatever. All you have to do is subscribe, hit that bell, thumbs up, and leave a comment. And then watch the next video to see if you won. Same way as at the end of this video, I'll announce who won. That said, let's roll it.
Let's do this. So this video is an interesting one. It's called Why Amazon FBA Sellers Become YouTubers. Alright? My first question is, which is a lot of people's questions, which was my question before becoming one of you guys. Is
I think it was around the same time, I mean, roughly.
Yeah, the others, alright.
Right.
So, if you're making so much money on Amazon, why are you here on
Because it's all a scam. Add some like money just falling on it. I mean, I first got the thought to do the personal brand thing because of Gary Vee. You know, like at the time, the prior year before that, he'd been pushing really hard on like build a personal brand, you know, do this, you know, that. I feel like this became like an iconic gesture,
yeah.
You know? And he was just so big on it, and it was bubbling up in my head for honestly a year and a half before I ever did pick up the camera. Like I have like test vlogs from like back then and stuff, unreleased.
With Francis?
No. Well, one of them, sometimes actually,
yeah, Francis
and some other editors.
Yeah.
I almost hired a separate editor for the vlog. That didn't happen. Like, so that just got in my head, and I wasn't exactly sure why, but eventually it just seemed like, you know what, I do have to do this, especially seeing like my experience with Amazon and actually doing it, and then looking at what was actually working on YouTube, and just being like, wow, like I can come into this space and be completely different than what's currently out there on YouTube, with my level of experience and my different outlook and my just if I will give myself one compliment, it would be just that, you know, I just try to be real about things, and not over the top hype, crazy, all that. So I saw opportunity there, and but really it was that with the Gary Vee thing, I thought it was just that I wanted to build this audience because I thought that 5 years down the road, I don't know how, but this will be a great thing to have people that care about what I'm doing, are interested in me as a business person, and it will lead to something of some kind of ROI. And I kind of just believed in that, and I had no other plan when I first picked up the camera, and I believed in it so much. I was committed to paying for editing on my videos, despite the fact that I had zero plan to figure out any way to have actual tangible ROI for forever, as far as I knew. Yeah, I mean, that was really the initial plan getting into it. I didn't have a like financial thought to it.
Yeah. So why do you think it's a thing? Like, there's a lot of Amazon FBA sellers that become YouTubers.
I mean, to me, it's almost like a more interesting question to ask why business people become personal brands. Mm-hmm. I think that if I look at myself as somebody who aspired through entrepreneurship, and now I've reached some level of moderate achievement where some people think I have it all figured out, and I still look at people and think they have it figured out. But the thing that the people that I look at and get my stuff from, well, what do they all have in common? The fact that I was looking at them, the fact that I was listening to them, the fact that they would recommend things and I would do it. And that to me was very powerful in terms of like the things I want to build over decades to come. And I just thought having that audience would allow something to occur, whether I'd launch a business in 5 years that I want people to know about, or things like that. But I mean, I think why most do it is like there's back to like, let me like get out of the clouds and back into like the Amazon world is that like there is massive ROI in starting a YouTube channel as an Amazon seller, as an affiliate marketer, as whatever way you're making money online. So there are ways to monetize without manipulating, just by serving and giving value and actually helping people. But I do think that you know, there's other ROI. There's ROI in the people you will meet through having a YouTube channel. The fact that we're sitting here in this Jungle Scout mansion and we're filming videos and we're doing all this crazy stuff. I mean, this came out of having personal brands. This came out of picking up the camera, feeling uncomfortable and talking at it, and posting it on the internet for strangers to look at and leave weird comments. That's where it all came from. Yeah. So there's ROI in financial aspects. But there's ROI in relationships. Like, and that's something that sounds so sort of like cliche to probably a lot of people that like don't get it. But like, yeah, I mean, it's just true. There's just so much ROI in like the people I've met. My entire circle of friends and entrepreneur friends has completely changed. I mean, I was like an entrepreneur recluse for years, and now I have, you know, a lot of other semi-big name YouTube entrepreneurs. Just like, you know, I can just text them for advice or something, or we just, you know, meet up. Or, you know, it's.
So what's your vision with your channel, or where do you see it going?
So, I mean, ever since the beginning, like, I did not want to be seen as just Amazon FBA. To me, business it really is like a means to an end. Like, we're not in business just to do business. Something I've been saying is, it's like, we're all on a path to like something, right? Like, why do you want to be rich? Like, you don't want to be rich just to be rich. You want to be rich to blank. You want to, you know, have less financial stress. You want to be able to do X, Y, Z. You want to be able to go here, do this lifestyle. You want to be able to do impactful things. Like, so for me, it's like more about the journey of like bettering yourself in every way. Like, I'm obsessed with like health and biohacking, all that type of stuff. So like, to me, that's like,
you got me into.
Yeah,
a tiny bit.
Yeah, you'll get there. The cult initiation is after the camera's off. Yeah, we'll do some. No. It's all cooking up there. Right? Like, you guys can't see it, but we've got some really weird shit going. But yeah, for me, it's like it's all a piece of the same thing. That's why, like, to me, I almost feel like I don't have much in common with the person that like wants to get rich and build a business, but like they've never given any thought to like the bigger picture of their life, kind of. And like, well, why do they even want to be rich? And like, oh, so you want to be rich, but you want to go like, you know, basically poison your body by doing all kinds of other stuff. And it's just like, well, that seems completely incongruent for me. So back to vision for my channel, I think it'd be to be able, I'd like to just be me. I mean, I think that's like the ultimate dream for me, is to have a large audience where I can just be me and people hopefully care about it and get value out of it. I don't want it to just be entertainment, to, hey, I'm walking around right now, but I want it to be valuable. But like, I really just want to be authentic and be myself and talk about what I'm drawn into, whether that's a very lucrative business opportunity or some wacky health thing that I think is going to make me feel better or sleep better or have more energy or whatever. Or maybe it's just like, I read this book last week and it was really cool, and that's kind of the direction I would eventually like to go, is to be well-rounded with it. But yeah, I'd like to have a massive following. I want to grow my following massively, because it's not about the numbers or the money, but money does mean impact. Numbers do mean impact. It does allow you to have a bigger lever to actually do things and create things and make things happen in the world. So those are some of the reasons I want both money and audience. It's part of the same path. Yeah. What about you?
Conversations at 1 a.m. This is crazy. What about me? I don't know. Most of the time, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going with the flow, and if I'm happy with it, I just do it. And like, we talked to Ryan, and he's like, I don't know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
And you're saying almost the same thing sometimes.
Yeah. If that sounded like I know where I'm going with this, I don't.
Yeah. Like, it gets a bit overwhelming sometimes, because I look at you and you have your stuff straight, and you're like, this is what I like, this is what I want to do. And I'm like, oh shit, I don't know what I want to do. But then I talk to you and you're like, I'm not too sure either.
Yeah, but that's just being you, and that's what you have to do. Like, if that's how you feel, say that. Like, where you get problems is like when you're being the guru, you know, like, hey guys, like, this is how you do it. Like, the more like somebody acts like they know everything, the less they probably actually know. Like, I don't know everything. I almost said I don't know anything. I know some things. I don't know everything. And yeah, when somebody asks like they know everything, they like, that's a red flag to me, that they probably either have other motives or they don't really know what they're talking about, but they need to prop up. They either are trying to sell or trying to have ego or you know, all these other things.
Talking about selling, why did you decide to sell the course to your audience? Because I'm sure someone's going to ask, or that's
right. Because, well, yeah, back to the beginning scam. No, like that. I mean, the true, honest reason to that is that people asked for it. Like, people wanted it. People want to pay to have it all in one place, to get it from a source that they personally resonated with, through a path that was different than what was out there, which was the way that I'm talking about it. And people were just straight up asking for it, saying I should do it, saying they would pay for it, saying they wanted more than just what I do on YouTube, because YouTube is free flowing, it's this conversation, whereas a course is a structured, step-by-step, here's the path. If you want to do this, you have to do this, this, and this, and then you do that. And it's very different than the format I would just naturally sort of have a conversation in. Whereas, like, on a lot of levels, I think the stuff that I say freely is more valuable. I would say, like, I think like the box to put this all in is the real thing, and the tactics, the things, like, you know, not that they're not important, but the high level, you know, but the step by step, people that are just starting out, people that have never done this before, people that just want a little extra guidance. There's nothing wrong with that, and if you can pay for that, and you can get it all in one place, or if you do it all for free, great. But if you pay for it, I think there's interesting psychological aspects to paying for something too. Like, we paid a lot of money to come to this event,
and we're not sleeping to take advantage of every minute.
Right, and like, if this event was free, would we have even flown here?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe not. But the fact that, like, we invested a good chunk of money, VIP, and we're like, you know, we have, like, you know, we're getting up early to get there on time, and like, you know, when you invest in something, like, now you kind of are committed.
Let's add one more question.
Okay.
To maybe one person who's watching. If one person who's watching wants to get on YouTube, who's selling on Amazon or starting, what's your advice on how to do it, or how to look at it? Like, to do it the right way, not the wrong way.
It has to be authentic. So if you are just starting out on Amazon, then you're gonna say that. You're not gonna say, like, hey guys, let me teach you this step by step, like, you know, because then you're acting like you know things that you don't know, and that's when people can sniff it out. Like, it's kind of like in that last video, like, about don't market to people like they're dumb. People can sense that, you know, like, so I don't know. I don't want to assume that I don't want to be tricking people, and nobody should be thinking that way about it. So, but I think I'll also add to that is, like, from what I talked to, because I always kind of, like, I've said it several times on my channel, is that I think everybody starting on Amazon should really think about picking up the camera simultaneously. But I think what I hear the most, like, the reservation to that is that they're, like, afraid, right? And maybe I think that's all of entrepreneurship. That's like, people are afraid, and that's, like, drives a lot of human behavior. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. And I think just, like, sitting, like, what are you afraid of? Because there obviously is a lot of ROI in it. You're going to get into the community. You're going to meet a lot of people like us and other people that are on your journey that are also in the Facebook groups and picking up the camera as well. And they're going to be, you know, they're going to be your peers as you go through this business, both on Amazon and on YouTube. And it's clearly something that's worthwhile. So what are you afraid of? Like, a stupid comment that says, like, your ear's funny? I don't know. Like, I mean, like, just, like, whatever, you know? Yeah. Just, like...
No, I was afraid when I started.
Yeah.
But I was also more afraid of, in 5 years, if I look back and say, well, what if?
Well, that's my whole thing at this point. I think, like, any regret, if I have any of the things I've done, is just, it's always looking back. It's like, I should have done each of them sooner. Yeah. I should have started Amazon sooner. I obviously should have started YouTube sooner. I should have created a course sooner. I should have started going to events sooner.
Yeah, that's like your first one.
Pretty much, yeah. Like all that stuff is just like, you know, it's always just like, well, what were you waiting for? Like, you're just like, what are you afraid of? And just, you know what you have to do. You know that these things have potential, yet most people are just kind of afraid and not willing to be vulnerable and do things that are weird.
All right, before you are excused to leave, where can they find you?
Matt Loberstein everywhere. Pop it up because nobody knows how to spell my name. Right there. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook page, personal group, all that stuff. Twitter, if you're the one person that uses Twitter. I don't really use Twitter, but I have one.
Right, so go check him out.
Yeah.
Go talk to him, message him, and ask him any question you want. And thank you very much. You are excused.
Yeah, dude. Thank you.
All right, guys, hope you really enjoyed that video. Comment winner, if that is you, reach out to me, send me a DM on Instagram or on Facebook, and let's schedule our call together. So that's gonna be it for this one. In the comments, let me know what you got out of this, what was interesting, what do you wanna see next, all of that in the description. Join the Facebook group, over 5,000 members, entrepreneurship. You will get huge value, free, all kinds of other stuff down there as well for you to check out. And yeah, that's it for this one. If you haven't, thumbs up. See you in the next one. Lotus, the Meet Kevin Model X, Performante.